All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're breaking down a philosophy, not just another concept. This is Progress 101. And trust me, its core principle is about to reshape how you look at, well, everything.
Just look at that. Let it sit for a second. Execution over emotion. These three words, they're the bedrock of what it takes to perform at an elite level. This is the one rule that's going to govern everything else we talk about. The idea is so simple, right? Feelings, they're all over the place. But action? That's real. That's concrete.
And I want to be crystal clear right from the jump. This isn't some motivational fluff piece. We're not here for hype. This is about actually conditioning your mind, training it to operate at a level where emotion becomes a tool you use, not something that controls you. And it all kicks off with a battle happening inside your own head.
So, first things first, we've got to go internal. See, before you can even think about conquering some big goal out there in the world, you absolutely have to win the war that's happening right inside your mind. This is ground zero. This is the most critical battleground there is.
This right here, this lays out the whole internal conflict. On one side, you've got the enemy. And this is the default state for most people, right? You're driven by impulse, you're filled with doubt, you're led by your ego. And on the other side, that's the victor. That's the state you have to build through pure discipline. It's defined by detachment, by silence, by strategy. Your entire journey starts the moment you decide to move from that first column over to the second. So, how do you actually do it? Well, these are your rules of engagement. You learn to master your impulses instead of just being a slave to them. You starve your ego, because let's be honest, that's where all your fragility comes from. You maintain total unshakable control when provoked. And you learn how to detach emotionally so you can dominate any situation with strategy.
Ultimately, this whole first stage is about getting to this state. It's about turning the volume way down on the world outside, sure, but more importantly, on your own internal chatter. You get so focused that the only thing you can hear is the mission. Because once you've found that internal silence, then it's time to build your engine.
Look, a bulletproof mindset is totally useless if it doesn't actually produce results. So, in Section 2, we take all that internal control and we turn it into relentless external action. This is where we build the engine. No more excuses.
And this distinction is absolutely crucial. We're all taught to wait around for motivation to strike. But what is motivation? It's just a feeling. It comes, it goes, it's unreliable. Discipline, on the other hand, is a system. It's what you do no matter how you feel. It's a switch you just flip every single day.
And this gives you the blueprint for that system. Think of it as a non-negotiable daily protocol. First, no more excuses. You just get up and you start. Second, you literally outwork your own doubt. Third, you let your actions do all the talking. And fourth, rest isn't something you're entitled to, it's a reward you earn.
This is the mantra. This is what you repeat to yourself. When that alarm goes off, when the work gets hard, when you feel exhausted, you don't check in with your feelings. You check in with this system. No emotion, just execution.
Okay, so when you consistently win that inner war and you execute day in and day out, something really profound starts to happen. Your actions, they actually begin to forge a new identity for you. You don't just do things differently. You literally become different.
And this is the challenge right at the heart of that transformation. It's a direct command. It's telling you to shed that old version of yourself, the one that was okay with good enough, the one that was afraid to demand more.
So what happens next? This quote says it all. Once you've set that new, higher standard for yourself, the whole fight becomes about just holding that line. It's about resilience. It's about refusing to ever slip back into old habits or lower your expectations, no matter how much pressure you're under.
These are the principles of that new identity. You raise your standard and you keep it high. You get your validation from your own internal mastery, not from what other people think. Your standards dictate your actions, not your feelings. And you are ruthless about cutting out anything or anyone that's just dead weight. This is what it means to be built different. All right, so you've mastered your inner state. You've built an execution engine that just won't quit. You've forged a completely new identity. The final stage is about lifting your eyes up from the daily grind to the decade-long war. This is all about strategic mastery. And you know, this distinction right here is everything. The amateur is just reactive. They're chasing short-term wins, constantly putting out fires. But the master, the strategist, they're playing chess. Every single move they make today is designed to set up a board position years down the road.
So what are the tools of this master strategist? Well, here they are. It's the ability to make that hard, unpopular call because you know it's right for the long term. It's the skill to control the pace of the game instead of letting the game control you. And it's that strategic detachment we talked about earlier, but now you're applying it to a much, much bigger picture.
This is the ultimate goal, to operate with a vision so far-reaching and a resolve so damn strong that all the short-term noise just becomes irrelevant. It's the final evolution from someone who just reacts to someone who creates.
So we're going to end it with this question. This whole framework, from emotional control all the way up to strategic vision, it's a conditioning process. It's not really about who you are right now, it's about who you are willing to build yourself into. So the real question we're left with is right here on the screen. And the answer? Well, that lies in your very next action.